Hey, greetings from Texas. Okay, today I'm going to hook up my bus bar to the battery. I also bought the Polaris pulse bar, but I'm not going to install that yet because I'm probably going to run the pulse bar off this bus bar. So let me show you what we're dealing with. So I already removed this panel here. I'll have a little video clip of how I did this. Okay, I'm going to remove this panel. So we have these pins. So I just work a screwdriver under here, pull that pin out, and then I have an automotive trim tab wrench, and those pins come right out. Okay, we do have one bolt here. This is a 13 millimeter. Kind of secures it to the voltage regulator. All right, we got this panel out. Okay, here we are behind the rear passenger seat. Here's our fuse box, and the largest fuses are 20 amp. The Polaris pulse bar has a built-in 40 amp. So there we are, and there's our diagram. So here's our battery. It's a small battery. Normally these cables are usually about 4 gauge. I'm going to run an 8 gauge wire. This is the positive to the bus bar, and then the battery grounds here underneath the fuse box right there. So the ground wire from that fuse bar is going to get connected to there. And then I'm going to remove, to unclutter this, they put their, where are we? Okay, their battery maintainer there. I'm going to remove those. We're going to unclutter that, and I'm going to connect that up to the front where it's more convenient, because I don't want to have to pull the plug or pull this rear seat or reach on underneath to hook up the battery maintainer. Okay, so here's the factory bus bar. We need to connect this to the battery. There's already a ground wire hooked to the center post, but I'm going to go ahead and run a wire from this ground to where the battery is grounded on the frame. This will be a direct connect to the battery, this terminal here, and this will get connected to the key switch. So that way, if it won't always be on unless the key is on. So today we're going to run a wire from here down through. I'm going to have to remove a floor panel to the battery, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. And then I'm going to run a second cable down to where the battery grounds to the frame. So I'm going to route the wire. Here's the wire I got. It might be overkill. This is 8 gauge. I'm going to run the wire along the drivetrain. There's a skid plate underneath. I'm going to remove this panel here. We got 6, 8. Looks like screws. So I'll remove that plate, and that way I can feed the wire up through underneath the hood. Okay, so let's disconnect our battery. Lots of spacer, so. Okay, so here's our battery maintainer. We'll take that out. Okay, so I'm checking out this panel here, and I found my right trim tool, so we're going to pull these 2 plugs. And that should give me access to the back. Okay, and this will be my switch for my light bar. And that just went right in, and that's a regular automotive, so I don't know, because on YouTube someone said that these were proprietary holes and required Polaris switches. So this one just popped right in. Now my USB, I don't want it up here because I don't want cords running up there, so I'm going to mount this lower. And we'll do that later. Snafus, situation normal. The largest connectors, headlight connectors I had were that, but I had extra. These, I got a ton of these for my motorcycles. So I clipped those leads or connectors off. So I stripped this one and doubled it over. So I'm going to connect this. And then we have some heat shrink tubing. Which will protect that. Okay, and I'll do the other one. Okay, so I have my positive wire that's going to go to the bus bar, and we're going to connect this to the battery. And I'm going to leave that loose for now till I get everything routed through, in case I need to move it. Okay, so now I'm going to unhook the ground wire, or where the battery grounds to the frame. All right, so this is going to be the ground wire to the fuse block. And again, it's got a lock nut. And I'm going to leave this loose for when I route the wire. We're going to remove this panel. This is a T27 bit. So I have a piece of TIG welding rod, and I tape this wire to it. So I'm going to use this other wire to fish everything through. Let's see if this works. I'll use that green wire, and I'll pull these other wires through. Don't get your wires caught around that front drive to the differential. I routed my wires along the left side of that access panel with the other wiring. Here I wanted to make sure my wiring was clear of the steering linkage. All right, our wires are through. Let me figure out some length. I'm going to leave an extra amount of length, and then I'm going to secure this with twist ties along the frame all the way back to the battery compartment. Okay, we cut these dudes. Let's get our shrink tubing on. Now I can use those smaller connectors that I had because these posts are smaller. I was able to download these instructions that come with the Polaris Busbar wiring kit if you choose to purchase it. Okay, so this is 5/16. This was before I realized the dealer had hooked a positive lead to the negative post. I traced that center wire and corrected it. All hooked up. We're going to do a little test. And we got a light. We got a red light. So, all right, that's all done. All I have to do now is tighten everything back up, and then I'm going to secure this wiring with some zip ties and clean it up. So I'm going to salvage my installation video on how I did this, and this is what I've done. I really had to figure this out myself because it was hard finding their instructions for their installation kit. So in the previous photo, you see how I got it. This wire, which is to the headlight, had to follow it back, and that goes to the keyed switch. So this is switch on power. Now I've seen other Polaris Busbar videos where it already came, the switch wire came already attached, and it was always attached to the top. But in my case, it was attached to the center, which according to the Polaris instructions is reserved for the ground. And then this is my constant hot, which goes directly to the battery. This is my ground, which goes to where the battery is ground. And then this goes to that keyed switch. So this is how it's supposed to be set up. Okay, so now one of the features on this Polaris is if you don't have your seatbelt on, it won't go over 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. So for a few dollars, $8 I think it was, I bought this. You just plug this in, and you just need this one, and that will override that feature. Because there's sometimes I'm not even going 10 miles an hour. Okay, there we go, folks. We hooked up our factory bus bar to our battery, routed the wires. Now I can either hook directly any accessories to that bus bar, or I can install my pulse bar, and I will connect my pulse bar directly to that. So, and then we put in the seatbelt interrupter to get rid of that safety feature. So, all right, well, that's how I do it. Whether it's right or wrong, I've done all the work on my motorcycles, and I have yet to have an issue, other than, you know, things wear out. But I hope that helps you if you decide to do it. I didn't see many other videos really dealing with my model, the 570 full-size basic model. So, all right, I appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for watching.